Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. So, Macintosh MacBook Pro mid-2012 running Ventura. I decided to try the Legacy Patcher program. Last time I think it was DOS Dude. I had a real bad trip with my 2009 iMac and couldn't even download GarageBand or iMovie after installing it, and I was really cheesed. Although I'm not a huge fan of these programs, for various reasons, I thought I'd give it a shot with this one. The Legacy Patcher seems to be pretty solid. The newest version of the Patcher is what you're going to want, and man, it works beautiful. Although I'm going to tell you there are some side effects to doing this with older Macs. My 2012 was recently re-thermopasted and my temperatures were really nice at idle at 45 finally. Took a few days for things to seat in. And now it sits pretty much around 50-ish when it's idle, other than the fact that I am running Logic Pro right now. Downloading the complete sound library, which is going to take about another 4 hours. So we do have a program running while we're doing this. Now I do have 16 gigs of RAM in my MacBook Pro, and that I would also recommend is nothing less than 16 gigs. You got Ventura on here, man, it's gonna suck up a little bit of RAM. Like generally around 5 gigs is pretty much where you're sitting. With the newest version of the Patcher too, I would say pretty much every feature that I use, at least on my M1, actually works on this thing, including continuity camera, which kind of blew my mind because, you know, you had to have not only just Ventura, but a certain Mac model as well to support continuity camera. But before we get on with showing you a few things, including the continuity, there's some obvious side effects here to doing this on an older Mac. Number one, you're going to have a little bit hotter heat ranges. Even with freshly thermal repasted processor, yeah, it's not going to sit at 45 anymore. It's going to be something like about 50, 55 degrees is about where you're sitting. And that's with the fan at 5,000 RPM all the time. If I chuck the fan back down, she will push close to 60. So that is one side effect, because it is a pretty raunchy operating system, pretty demanding of your graphics side and your processor side. So yeah, on an Intel Mac, especially an old one, yeah, it's gonna require a little bit. But at least I haven't thermal throttled it yet, and I've been pushing her pretty hard. I just finished playing Far Cry, which is normally a PC game, but I basically wrapped it with Paul the Tall porting toolkit. So now it runs as a Mac app. I'll show you that as well. Some games will run really good, some maybe not so good. You do have to turn off the extended graphics on the dirt bike game called Motorbike. It's a pretty basic game, and it is cool. It's got some nice graphics. But put on faster rendering, turn that on, and then turn off the enhanced graphics, which I don't really see a big difference other than the fact that the game is actually nicely playable now. Where with it on, yeah, it's sluggy. Now the other thing too is you're going to find, now this computer has 1.5 gigs of video, and when you install the Ventura initially with this Patcher, what happens is you go down to 3 megabytes of video. So when you try opening certain windows or minimizing them and trying to regrow them, or try to get into your utilities folder in the launcher, yeah, that's horrifying. And so there's a program called Auto Package Assets Package that they say you don't need to download. Well, you do. And trust me on it, you're going to want to install it. Okay? And that will straighten your video right back out, and you will be back to your 1.5 gigs of video or whatever your Mac has. So we have a processor that is 2.5 gigahertz dual-core Intel Core i5, Intel HD Graphics 4000 at 1.5 gig or 1536 megabyte, 16 gigs of DDR3 1600 megahertz RAM. We're running Ventura 13.5. Perfect. All right, let's fire up QuickTime and new movie. Voila! continuity camera. Like, check that out, man. That is super, super sweet. I love it. And it's working flawlessly. More than what I could say for my M1 when Ventura first came out. I've actually been tethering my phone and not even checking back to see if the Wi-Fi has been technically straightened out yet, but apparently it's running great even on this particular Wi-Fi card. I have no issues, so it's like, that's pretty cool. Now it does come up with a thing that says iPhone Wi-Fi disconnected to optimize continuity camera. Your iPhone has disconnected from Wi-Fi. Plug it in with a cable to use Wi-Fi. Well, whatever. Point is, it's completely wireless here and is working just great. It shows down here my iPhone camera, also my iPhone microphone, so I can just use it because I don't have an external mic plugged into my laptop, but because my screen is open, if I wanted to use that internal mic in the laptop instead, I could. Okay. Now, as far as supported resolution gets, on an external display, you're going to get 1080p. Although with Far Cry, it will allow me to go to 2K, because this is a 4K screen after all. But internal, you're not going to get 1080, but external, you're definitely going to get the 1080. So right now what I want to do, so we can free up some video power too at the same time, is I want to close the lid on the laptop, and that's going to switch this over. And we're going to fire up Far Cry. Now, this is a game that can be demanding, even though it's a 20-year-old game. It can be a little bit demanding once you are going to top-level graphics. I've managed to get this thing set at 1080p, and at that, I've also got it at medium graphics, and the game is running absolutely great. So if we load a checkpoint, carrier, and it loads quite quickly. And amazingly, the weird thing I found about this is a wrapped program. It's more demanding than this little motorbike game that's pretty cheesy, which we'll show you next. And yet it plays so nice on here, even in medium graphics.
Make your way to the top of the carrier. You should be able to procure a boat.
Okay, so let's go for a little swim. This is my favorite game of all time, and I run this actually on my gamer PC at full tilt 4K, but it's running great. It's like, this is sick. Anyway, that's Far Cry for you. Runs fantastic. I've tested a few other games too. I've got Unreal Tournament 2004 and regular Unreal Tournament. Work great. This is the motorbike game I was telling you about that's a little, if you have the extra graphics turned on, which, like I said, doesn't seem to make a difference. But here we've got faster rendering turned on and enhanced graphics turned off. So, but that's pretty smooth. Runs great. It's not 100% perfect, but anyways, so that works really good, and a bunch of the other games work good. I haven't tried Marathon yet. Halloween 3D works really good. Have not tried Fallout New Vegas yet, or Gun. I'm pretty sure they'll run fine, and I have not tried Minecraft, but a guy who did this to his mid-2012 did play Minecraft, and Minecraft coasted along great at 60 FPS, so I still got to set that up. Chromag Rally also runs absolutely perfect. No issues there at all. So yeah, it's things are looking pretty good. And I still haven't put Windows 10 on this thing yet, but I don't think I'm going to, just because I don't see a point. I've got enough Windows computers around here running 11 already. But Google Chrome. This is the most current version of Chrome, something that you cannot get with Catalina. You know, it will still run the last version of Chrome if you already had it installed, but when you go to check for an update, it says it now wants 10.1.5, and so you do have a little bit of security time left with it, but how much, I have no idea. But eventually, yep, it's going to kibosh on you, and but even growing Windows and whatnot, it really isn't laggy per se, you know. Go check out my channel, and there's one of my videos. This is a recent one.
Listen,
and
there's a good chance somebody's trying to hack your website right now. You can't.
Let's go. Skip ads. No thanks. Lower. Anyway, now I don't know how often it's really zippy. Like, you know, where we had lag before was actually this folder called Other. Boom, open. It would like go before I put in that extra program, and now it's like everything's instant. It's like, it's really snappy. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I'm still going, I didn't think it would run this good. You know, I really honestly didn't. But even still, you know, 64 degrees, it'll calm down, you know, it's gonna cool off a bit. But anyway, so we got the Logic Pro going there. Now iMovie, also, if you still want to do video editing, I've done some video editing with this thing already under Catalina, and it worked really good. And the timing, yeah, it's a little slower than an M1, obviously, but it'll still do video editing without a hassle. And the guy that I watched his video, Final Cut Pro, he said, did work the best. He tried, I think it was Premiere or something, and it was like, forget it. But Final Cut Pro definitely, and of course iMovie works fantastic. No issues there. In fact, when I'm done this video, before it even gets uploaded, I'll probably just edit it on this thing. Why not? Right? And so that'll probably be what's going to end up being done, because, yeah, I kind of want to do it anyway. And I want to check how much my export time and everything else is going to be. So, but yeah, it works. It works really good. Activity monitor, as far as that goes, with Logic running right now, because we're running it to download stuff, we're only using up 5.87 gigs. Oh, it actually stuck me into swap for 31.5 megabytes. I must have used up some RAM somewhere else. I don't know what happened there, but normally it doesn't go into swap. That's the first time I've seen Ventura ever hit swap. It's never done it even on my M1. So that's something new. Wonder if maybe that's just a hiccup. No, it's actually on swap a little bit. Interesting. It shouldn't be doing that, but maybe it's a bug in the program, I guess. I don't know. But we don't have anything else open. So, I don't know. It's interesting. So we'll have to check on that maybe after I reboot the system, after Logic's done, and I'll keep an eye on it and let you guys know if it goes back into swap or not. But I don't think it will, but it might. You never know. But anyways, so there you go. It runs absolutely fantastic, very snappy. Runs all your regular Mac software. It seems to be pretty hassle-free. I've no complaints. I'm still dumbfounded that Ventura actually is able to run on a 2012. Now they do say that according to the patcher, this is that oh jeepers, what's the name of the patcher again? I can't remember. Open. Well, I've got that part here. Oh yeah, I know where to find that info. It's here somewhere. The program is. It was here. Unless it went and hit itself again. Max fan. I guess it hit itself again. Well, ain't that an oddball. Oh, there it is. Open Core Patcher. Open Core Legacy Patcher. That's what I'm using. So, anyways, that's the program. It's really simple and straightforward. If you do have a 2012, look up a video on how to install Ventura on a mid-2012 MacBook Pro. So that's the program. You will need the auto package assets, even though even the website says you don't. You're going to. I had no choice. Otherwise I wasn't getting my video back. Yeah, among other things, I think were probably not operable at the time, so now everything's running perfectly smooth. So you're going to need that. You're going to need the auto package assets file. You install that, and you're good to go. Now, on the 2010, my wife has a 2010 MacBook Pro. I tried Ventura on it, and it turned out that in the end result, there are issues with the 2010 with Ventura, and I found that out the hard way because when I tried to install it, even though I patched the USB stick and did all the same stuff the way I'm supposed to, there are issues known with the 2010, and one of those issues is definitely it'll come up with a screen saying it wants either a Mac mouse or a Mac trackpad. It's like, yeah, but I got a trackpad right here built in the laptop. It gets disabled. Same as your USB. USB mouse, thought I'd try that, right? And yep, nope, ain't gonna work. And it's like, oh man, really? Seriously? I can't use a USB mouse. Nope, doesn't want to. So that is probably where the bug is. So they recommend using Monterey, for now at least. And so we have Monterey being done on hers. Because she's got the 2010 and she's stuck at High Sierra. High Sierra is still kind of surfable, kind of like Catalina. Catalina, at least you got about another year left once the updates go through for the last of the security updates this year. But with High Sierra, you are like, now you can't get the most current version of Chrome. But Catalina, you actually still, you can get, I think, yeah, because Catalina is 10.1.5, so you can still get a current version of Chrome for Catalina. It's no longer updating Safari at this point anyways, and definitely nothing for High Sierra. So if you want to stretch your Mac out a few more years, definitely if you are below a 2012, then give this program a shot with Monterey. If you are at a 2012 or above where you would need this patcher, then definitely. And if you do have a newer Mac that won't run Ventura, well, it will with the patcher. Okay, and they have a complete list of every supported Mac for Ventura, for Monterey, for whatever OSs they support, and just download what you need, and away you go, and you're off to the races. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you are looking to convert some PC games over to the Mac, now on the M1, Far Cry won't run worth a darn when it's been converted. It's going to need the Apple porting toolkit, I think, for that one. But this one here from Paul the Tall, even though it's M1 capable now, it still has some issues with Far Cry. But they have a complete list of games here that this thing supports, and there's a bunch of them. So, and it's trying to load. I'm really sucking the bandwidth out of the house right now. Yeah, there's tons of games here you can go through. But anyhow, that's pretty much what I got for you. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.